Hello, my dudes. So I didn't even think to film this video until I was in the car pulling out of the driveway, and that's where I started filming my day. So I'm just gonna pretend I did film an intro by using these stock photos. Anyways, before I get into the video, I just wanted to say that if you're coming back to my channel, yeehaw, thank you for coming back. And if you're new to my channel, thank you for finding it. Anyways, without any further ado, here's your regularly scheduled program, an average day at a private Christian school. So for starters, my school is a K-12 school that's a 40-minute drive from my house and is so small that it doesn't have buses to take kids to school. So when I go to school every day, my mom drives me. It's a pretty good time. I get to eat my breakfast and hang out with my brother Alexander, who, by the way, is a really snazzy lad. I much prefer driving to school than taking the bus like I did when I went to public school, especially since there's such a pretty view. Every day we drive through the scenic country area with lots of horses and all this open land, and some days when we're driving to school we can see the sunset all over this open space and it's so cool. We also drive through this little town with all these historic houses. At last, we finally arrived at school. My brother and I bid farewell to my mother and entered the raging hellfire that is the school building. Together my brother and I trudged up the treacherous steps to go to homeroom. No! Eventually we parted ways, and when I reached homeroom I said hi to my friends, Natalie and we said our pledges to the American flag, the Christian flag, and the Bible, and homeroom ended. As Natalie and Juliana went to English, I went to chemistry. By the way, I forgot to add that at my school we usually have to wear a uniform, but today was a casual day so we could wear whatever. Also, fun fact, very long story, but in the room I have chemistry in, there's this terrifying Jesus painting that the seniors made hanging on the wall. After chemistry, I went back upstairs to my locker to snatch some necessary supplies for the rest of my day. As you can see, I have this glorious dry erase board in my locker that all my friends draw on, some magnets, and a Christian pamphlet from the church associated with my school. My next class was history, and as soon as I got there, a few other kids and I were sent to the main office building as we needed to print our papers due that day, and to the office building we went. As soon as we were sent there, though, we were sent back and told to go to the computer lab to print our papers. We then went all the way back and went to the computer lab. Our valiant efforts resulted in success, and then we went back to history class. After history, I galloped to the library, which my third period class is held in. I'm supposed to take an online psychology course that period, but the class hasn't started yet, so for now it's a free period. During my free period, I started on some disgusting pre-calc homework and I ate a snack. At last, I finished my homework and headed to my next class, Bible. My Bible class is a wild bunch who I love, and things like this happen, I kid you not, nearly every day.
I can't fit in your seats.
After Bible, I ventured to pre-calc to mingle with a whole other bunch of buffoons. When pre-calc was over, we went to writing and Natalie showed me this beautiful lad she was drawing.
Whoa, dude, he's hot as heck.
She also has the neatest notes ever. Look at them. Is that allowed?
Is this allowed?
Also, here's a pamphlet that can be found in the church building of my school that I thought was awfully cursed. Another cursed thing about our school is that there's this picture hanging of a kid in our class in one of the stairwells that we hung up last year, but nobody bothered to take it down. Our next period was lunch, the most cursed period of the day.
Hello?
This is Charity. She is a freshman, the youngest and most chaotic out of our friend group, and an utter crackhead. We don't know her. We then journeyed to the lunch table and met up with our friend Aiden.
Hi.
The rest of lunch was utterly chaotic, and I'm just gonna let the footage I took speak for itself.
Before the rest of my...
Lena, it's your birthday today.
Wow.
Someone just sing happy birthday.
Please, everybody. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lena. Happy birthday to you.
Mike was out.
I thought we were friends. You know, I trusted you. What did I do to betray you?
You just told me that. What is this?
Ollie ice cream count has gone up too! We got 2. For context, the Ollie ice cream count is a tally that Natalie and I made to keep track of how much ice cream one Ollie eats in a year. There's also a Juliana ice cream count. At the end of the year, we're gonna calculate just how much money I wasted on ice cream.
No, sir, no, we don't. Sir, no.
And in this moment of time, Charity was ferocious, Juliana feared for her life, and Natalie regretted becoming friends with any of us.
Sir, no, sir, no. Sir, no.
After the utter mayhem that was lunch, I went back to my locker and then went to English. Nothing very interesting happened in English, but at the same time, this was happening in the anatomy class upstairs. At last, it was the end of the day. I went back to homeroom and my brother tracked me down to show me a story he wrote. It was a good story, so I gave him a pat on the head and he gave me a pat on the head. It was a long, hard 7 minutes before the end of the day bell rang. In that time, I found a silica gel packet in my pocket. At last, the bell had rang and we were free. Our newfound freedom was absolutely exhilarating.
Yeah.
Onward we went, going downstairs. Sadly, it was time to leave. I waved bye to Natalie, Charity bid her farewell. And Alexander and I dashed to our mom's car.
Mom, we're here. Come on.
Mom, we're here, Mom, let's go. Come on. Go.
Mom, come on, step on the gas.
I am related to the sloth.
Soon enough, we left the parking lot and drove home. When we arrived home, I was greeted with a surprise of my stickers I had ordered from Michael's coming in the mail. The end. Finally home. Alright, my dudes, that pretty much concludes the rest of today's vlog. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like or a non-threatening comment down below, and if you would like to see more of my content, please subscribe. Thank you, that is all. I hope you have a nice rest of your day. Bye-bye.